guys, it's Ashley, Scrapping Nerd, and I have my first video for my series Vintage to Modern, where I'm taking vintage ephemera and papers and using them in more modern style layouts. And so I have a kit share, and I will link that below so you can see everything that I pulled out of my stash to try to get used up. But today I'm scrapbooking this photo of my cat Milo, and it turns out that, her fur colors are this brown and white and black, so it matches the vintage papers really well. But I also will be trying with this series to do, summer layouts and Christmas layouts, things that you don't always assume will go with a vintage style aesthetic, but I will work it in. And so back to the layout, I am finding all these layers to put behind the photo. And I started with that green scrap paper and I just tore the edges, and I had this wood grain card that I put behind it as well. And I'm just trying to layer up the photo. I really tried hard to use the truck there that you see on the right. From Scrapaholics, but it doesn't make it on the layout, as well as the leaves that you see on the left. They're $49 a market, and I just love them, but they're clear, and so I find it really hard to use for me because I like to layer my embellishments, and so because they're clear, you can see through them. So I'm gonna have to work on a way to use that package of leaves. But you can see that on the right there, that Enjoy Every Moment was a cut apart from the paper pad. And so I cut that out, and I used Tim Holtz Distress Ink Vintage Photo to ink the edges just to add some dimension to it. And I will, in the end, pop that up on foam as well. And so I'm working on the photo here. I'm adding a photo mat and then trying to get my layers figured out. I really like how, the green paper is torn, the wood grain paper has the rounded edges, and the others layers are square. It's just, I like the way that it looks like just a pile of papers that are behind the photo, and they're not all the same. So I really like how that's looking. I used a punch that I had that is like this arrow or chevron pattern, maybe you could call it, and I've had it forever. I don't even know where it came from, but I thought that it was looking a little plain on the page, and maybe it's just because the paper that I chose to use, even though it's a brick pattern, it's white, and so I was feeling like it was just a little plain. And so I decided I'm going to use this Stamperia stamp, the Arctic Antarctic stamp, and I think that it's supposed to mimic like sand, like beach sand, and I really like the stamp. I am still learning how to do stamps and mixed media backgrounds, and I think that I just am too much of a perfectionist, and so I'm very critical about my mixed media backgrounds. But this one, I don't know that I love it. I did the stamping, and again, I used the Vintage Photo Distress Ink, and you can see there's like a sharp edge to the end of it because I only wanted originally to put it behind the photo, but I will go and also put it behind the Enjoy Every Moment as well, just because I didn't like how that sharp edge of the stamp ended. But like I said, I like this page, and it's not that I don't like it, but I don't love the mixed media part. And so as I go along learning, maybe I'll be less either critical or less of a perfectionist with it, or maybe I'll just get better at it. Who knows? But I like doing it, and it pushes me out of my comfort zone as well. And so I ended up putting the washi tape across the page just to add like a shelf for the picture to sit on, because I thought it looked like it was just floating out there in space. And so I'm liking how that's looking, and I'm adding here another cut apart that I have just to add some more layers. And this Hello Lovely, I really liked it. It's a speech bubble, and I will cut the little tag off because I'm not going to leave it there. But I finally gave up on the 49 Market leaves, so I decided to finally switch out, and I searched in my bin there for these die cut leaves that I had in there, and they're just cut on some craft paper, and it's a Sizzix die that I have. And I will ink those as well as use my tool to give them some dimension that you see me do all the time. I'm also going to move where the Hello Lovely sign is, because on the left there of the photo I wanted to cover up the writing because it's a like a library card, and so I'm going to use that to cover that up on the left of the photo. And I also am going to bring in some old floral flowers that I have, and I'll put some brads in the centers for them. I have no idea where they come from. It's just like a huge pack of different flowers, and I know they're not a name brand because I can feel the difference. They're just some paper flowers that I have, and you can see them here. They're kind of plaid. And so I also, like I said, inked behind the right side of the layout as well, behind the enjoy every moment, just so there wasn't like a hard ending. And I like how that looks, and you know, it's growing on me. Like I said, I'm still learning how to do the mixed media backgrounds, and so, you know, and as a perfectionist, it can be a little hard for me, and so I'm learning to just accept how the mixed media comes out as well. I did add the ink around the edges, and then I used some Perfect Pearls Heirloom Gold and just splattered on it. But that's the layout. Thank you to everyone who's liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons below. I hope you enjoy this new series, and feel free to join in. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.